Bob Maloney from MyMMAnews.com, and today I am joined by my man Marcus Hardiman. Marcus is a young, rising amateur prospect heading to the pro ranks very soon. It's been about 2 years since he's been in a cage, and he got back in the cage Friday night, got his arm raised, got a title, and we're here to talk about it. First, Marcus, brother, great to see you. I know you got a little damage right there, but it was well worth it. How you feeling? Talk to me about what's going on, brother. So good to talk to you.
It's good to talk to you, man. I feel good. It was good getting back in the cage. It didn't feel like I missed any beats or anything. Like, it felt like I left off where I was, and all the stuff that I've been working on since that last fight, like, I was able to take that to the cage. And it's hard though, because like, you only compete for however long your rule set is, right? So like, that fight was 9 minutes. So if you have like a 6-week camp, like, you can't show 6 weeks worth of work in 9 minutes,
Hey, listen, you're just building, right? Listen, you have to take one fight at a time. You're building, and last we talked before this fight. I mean, like I said, you had that layoff, whatever it was, from injury. You couldn't find fights, whatever. Now, before we even talk about the future of fighting, let's talk about what's going on. You have gotten a chance to train with one of my favorites, Bill Algeo, for years now. I know it's a long distance to drive, so you don't get over there as much. But talk to me a little bit about, how your camp was coming in. You after 2 years, you had a layoff. So what did you have to concentrate on? Of course, your cardio point. What was your focus with that long layoff?
Everything. I like to try to always pick like one specific like aspect of striking to work on, and then one specific aspect of grappling to work on, and then I'll try to find like the best coaches and partners to like make those things easier and kind of speed up that process. So I've actually been going to Droogs a decent amount, like once a week with my teammates, and we'll head up to I think it's Pottsville or Pottstown. I always mix them up. But Dan O'Neill's gym. So we'll go there and we'll cross train with him and his guys. That's like 45 minutes from me. And then my buddy Chance Marsteller comes in from time to time, and he'll roll around with us. And if you know the wrestling scene, he's the guy who was just the world team member, 79 kilograms. He knocked off Jordan Burroughs. So he's pretty good.
I'd say so. So listen, when you look at your fight future, it's only a couple days old, but you have to have a plan, going forward. Are you going to sit back and still wait? Do you think that, you're going to take another amateur fight? Do you think you're ready for the pros? What's your gut feeling telling you right now? And, what's, in the near future for Marcus Hardiman?
So every fight we kind of like, because it's amateur, we say like, let's try to do this for this fight. Let's try to do, like my last fight was let's try to strike. And then that worked. And then this fight was kind of like, well, now we can do ground and pound. So let's see how much control time we can rack up. Let's try to utilize ground and pound. Let's see if we can use that to get a stoppage or open up a submission or anything. I didn't. I got a decision. So that just means like, well, now we have to continue to work. Like, if we're using ground and pound, how do we use that to get to a finish? Like, do I have to get to a better position? Or do I need to be using it more in a way to set those submissions up? As for like the kind of fight next, I would love to fight December 2nd in Philly, because I was up in Schenectady. It was like 4.5 hours for me each way. And then there's a guy, Timar Miles. We were supposed to fight in August, but like there was a weird thing where like the fight was offered, I accepted it, he accepted it, and then they like switched the fight to a boxing fight for him, but with a different opponent. So it was kind of like, and then I felt bad because it was like his coaches and his team messaged me and they were like, yeah, like, why are you posting stuff about this fight? And I was like, well, I was told I was getting this fight. But I didn't say anything that was like, oh, like, you suck, your team sucks. Like, I would never, that's not me. I'm not going to say that. I was just confused because I was told I was getting this fight and then I never got it. So, if he's still on board, like we'll do 170, we'll do December 2nd in Philadelphia. Like, that's what we both agreed to. So, I would like that, just kind of wrap up the year. My face looks worse than what it is. I just bruise easily. But I mean, it's right now, it's 2 days after the fight. Like, I worked out a little yesterday. I'm going to practice in like an hour. So, I'm fine.
Excellent. I love to hear it. I love to hear it. Listen, I think like you have a bright future as far as, once you are ready to go to the pro ranks. I'm excited for that. Marcus, anybody, give some shout outs or some love to, the people that have, shown you so much love to, to help you, get you to this point where, listen, it's a big point in your career. I mean, you're getting to the point now where you're, going from an amateur to a pro, and that's a big deal. So all that support is important. Give out some shout outs and some love for me.
Yeah, I have a lot, man. My buddy Chance Marsteller, he has what I think is like the best club in the country right now. Stellar trained there in PA, Carbon Detailing, A6, Twisted PETA, Macmillan Oil Company, Tim Bryan Insurance Agency, Allegro Dance Studio, Nona Hook and Yarn, Schweikert's Auto Service in Allentown, and then Plain and Simple Marketing. All those people, like, I found out I was getting this fight, and I was like, oh my God, like, we're back to the grind. I didn't know that I was getting this fight. And then, those guys, they did everything they could to make sure that, like, I could focus on this fight and not have to worry about, like, putting 40 hours into a work week and everything like that, because I'm married now. We have a house. So, like, there's a lot of stuff that's changed since the last fight. So having awesome sponsors like that, that's a big, blessing, because they'll take care of me so I can do what I need to do,
Absolutely, man. It's part of the game. We need those sponsors to, for support for the fighters and the promotion. So keep doing it. Like you said, PA has, multiple promotions going. So it's good for fighters that they have opportunities. Marcus Hardiman, my man. Like I said, you'll be hearing his name soon. He's working hard, trains hard. He's got that wrestling background, and his striking is getting better every day. And it's always great to talk to him. He's the champ now. Listen, that's your second belt in a row now, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It is.
All right, well, it's time, man. It's Marcus Hardiman time. Thanks again. Let's, like I said, keep your eye out for him. He's on the regional scene, and he's going to be, putting his name in with the big boys pretty soon. He is putting his name with the big boys. He's the defending champ in 2 different promotions, and Marcus Hardiman is always great to talk to you. Take care, my friend.
Thanks, Bob.